San Diego Comic-Con just ended and we have a lot to talk about. Let's get started. So fair warning, this video is going to be really long. So there's going to be timestamps down below so you guys can skip around if you want. But we're going to start out with the Playmates panel. Now, I have looked at some of this already in my last video, but be prepared, there's more stuff that I did not show. So first thing you see is this slide right here. It's just a welcome slide by Playmates Choice saying they're 60 years old now. Power Rangers Ignition, Dungeon Crawler Carl, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Monster Reverse is listed here as you've been seeing on the screen. And then we get into the actual panel people, the people that are at the panel. And you can read that if you want. And then we get into the Reignition Season 2 stuff. Now, we've been over this, so I'm going to skip all the Reignition Season 2 stuff real fast because if you want to see that video, links in the description down below. And then we get into the Unlimited collection, and we've seen that too. We've talked about that. But then we get into the Kickstarter of the dragonzord. Now, we did not get to see any of these photos on my last video because I couldn't find them, but now I have them. And I will say that, again, this gives you a little bit more information. Now, I did have that email up that you can see all over the internet now because I posted it all over the place. But it says on this one slide, as you see, funding August 18th. Now, as far as we know, because of the email, it ends sometimes in September. So you got like a month spread or a month and a half spread, depending on how they want to end it. But then it's going to be delivered in May 2027. On my birthday's in May, so I'm hoping it'll be like delivered on my birthday. Like I said, I'm going to be #1 at this Kickstarter, so just be prepared for that. And then it shows Dragonzord in a box. And then we get into the world of TMNT. Now, this I did look at ahead of time because I thought this was awesome to see some of the cool stuff that they have. And of course, we're going to start with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe. Now, you know that one has already come out to market. And you get to see some of the character designs and some of the artwork. Now, I'm not going to really get into this. These are some of the newer day stuff they haven't released it yet. And some of them that they have released. And I think they look fantastic. You know, I mean, they're just stuff that we've seen. I mean, there's not really much of a difference here. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me down below. But so far, everything I've seen on these slides are just the ones that we've already seen before in person now, because we can get the Krang, we can get, Bebop, Rocksteady, Leonardo through Donatello, So here's the actual slide that shows all 4 turtles, all the bad guys. Not everybody, excuse me. Not everybody's still missing like April O'Neil and some of the other ones, but, it's really cool to see what they have. And on this page, you see April O'Neil with the Doom Buggy. So I don't know why I can't speak. And then you got the helicopter version of Raphael with all those accessories. That was an Amazon exclusive. And then it comes to the Cowabunga Forever 2-pack figures. Now, these are cool, in my opinion. I'm actually hesitant, but not hesitant to pick them up. Because what I believe these are the remastered versions of the Teenage Mutant Turtles with the remastered bad guys. Because as you see here, that, Shredder's actually in a different pose. Michelangelo looks like they're standing up straight. So these are all the remastered figures. Now, unfortunately, these are in double packs. So if you want to collect multiple like foot soldiers, it's not going to happen. But to see these, are awesome. And did I mention it? They are Target exclusive. So the next slide is Cowabunga Forever 1990s movie 5-pack figures. Now, these are the updated figures for the movie section. Now, again, it has a Super Shredder, and I was not expecting to see a Super Shredder. I would have thought it would be just a standard Shredder because it looks like they're based around just the original Teenage Mutant Turtles 1990s movie. Not the second movie, but whatever. The Super Shredder is cool. I love the Super Shredder. Again, Target exclusive there as well. And then, you got the 5-pack in front of you so you can see, the Super Shredder, all the other turtles. Now, these ones look like they're standing up straight a little bit more than they used to. So I don't know if they have retooled them or not. I don't know. I can't find any video about this Playmates toy panel stuff. So it kind of sucks a little bit. But now you can see them in the double packs of the 2-packs of, the Shredder and, the whole situation here for the 2-packs that are the remasters is what I'm going to call them, I don't know why this slide's out of order, but I guess it is. And then you got the Kaiju Teenage Mutant Turtles, or Teenage Mutant Turtles X Godzilla figures. And this is Wave 2 with Splinter, Donatello, and Shredder. And of course, I've told you guys on the Toy Fair video, I really wanted the Shredder. And so that makes a big deal to me. And yes, I'm looking at a tablet as you guys are seeing it on the big screen right here in front of me. And then we get into the Kaiju Rangers. Now, they're talking about the Kaiju Rangers, but they're also talking getting them promoted because they're going to get season 2 out very soon. So if you guys want to zoom in here and look at the little, panel here, the little slide talking about the collectible with Hasbro, or the collaboration with Hasbro, Toei, and IDW, here it is. So this is really cool to see. And then we got Godzilla, Kong, Super Nova. Now I did find a video for this, and I will put it up here as well, and let them talk as I am showing you the slide. So here we go.
Continuing on with the Monsterverse and everything that we do sort of in between like big movies and big events, we do a lot of different iterations of Godzilla. Monarch Legacy of Monsters, currently a big hit on Apple TV. And it's a really fun show. Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell's son, playing the same character, jumping through time, jumping into Hollow Earth. We actually designed specifically for Amazon a classified kaiju bundle with 4 of the favorite kaiju, Titan X, new bad guy from season 2. We have Kong from Monarch in there, Frostbark, one of Kurt's favorites, and of course Ion Dragon, the main bad guy from season 1. So this is an Amazon exclusive pack. Please go ahead and check that out online. It's really cool. We're working on potentially a pack number 2 for future waves. So it's just a fun line, and it's a lot of different iterations of Godzilla and Kong and this whole Monsterverse. And so yeah, we're just going to keep it going.
And this is really just an announcement. So Supernova, the big new movie coming next year for the Monsterverse. We've actually had the privilege of seeing a preview of it, and it is amazing. It's going to be their biggest movie yet. Can't really show you anything today, unfortunately, because we're under strict embargo not to show anything, but it will be available starting January 1st, which is a few months really ahead of the movie premiere, which is March 26th of 2027. So I think next year you'll see, obviously Supernova will be big, and as Aiden mentioned, we are going to be continuing a lot of the Monarch products into next year as well, along with a bunch of mashups that we'll be working on as well. So next year really promises to be a very big year for Monsterverse.
And then we get into Dungeon Crawler Call. The apocalypse will be televised. Now, I don't know anything about, Dungeon Crawler Call, besides what I saw at Toy Fair. I thought they would neat. But, yeah, it's kind of an interesting product. There's not really much here that they show. But overall, I think it's neat. I'm just going to show you the slides because I really don't even know what to talk about. I know they were a book. Here's the figures. As you see, the one in the middle is Dungeon Crawler Call. There you go. Dungeon Crawler Call. That's a mouthful. I don't even care. I'm not even going to edit this video too much. So have fun with that one. And here's the wave 2 of the figures with the tiger and the whatever. I don't know anything about these, guys. And here's some of the accessory characters, I guess. And that is the Playmates panel in a nutshell. So, yeah, this Playmates panel was fantastic. Now, we're going to move on to some of the actual videos that I want to react to and show you guys of Mondo. So this is the Mondo booth. Pixel Dan is the creator of this video, and they're going to show off the Ninja Turtles. And there's one action figure here that I love the most. But after this, we're going to jump over to the Mondo panel and show you one more cool thing that they have announced. So let's get going.
All right, so last Comic-Con we debuted Donatello for our Mondoverse line, and it was so hard to keep a secret that we were developing this entire world around Ninja Turtles. Basically, our own lore, our own storyline, our own what-if scenario, right? What if the 90s movies continued? And what if, the aesthetics remained the same, but how would it evolve? How would it still look like?
Now, that's one thing about Mondo I like the most, is that they like to make their own stories and stuff. Like they said, these turtles are based on the 90s movie turtles, not, cartoons new or something. They're based off of what if the 90s movies kept going after Turtles 3, that crazy one where they travel back into feudal Japan. Anyways, let's continue.
Era, and how do we keep everything in that era?
Absolutely.
Right? So Donnie was like that big first step for us. We introduced 2 new characters that had never been introduced before, which was Magellan and Newton. And so that came out, that's shipping to folks now. People are really excited. And then we had Leonardo
Leo's
drop.
over here, yep.
So, you know, again,
Leonardo.
his whole vibe was he embraced being a ninja.
Yeah.
He's a ninja. He's up on the roofs. He's stealth. He's reconnaissance. He's not really getting involved with humans or anything. He's just trying to be a good ninja, good student, you know, a good master. But now at Comic-Con here today, this week, we're revealing for the first time Shredder, Michelangelo, and Raphael.
Oh man!
Sort of completing the brothers for now.
Did you guys
so
know which one it is?
Michelangelo,
By my
you want to speak with him?
Yep. So they all have this character arc that we're establishing. Like Hector said, Donnie getting into the tech, Leo becoming his own stealth recon guy, kind of doing solo stuff. And you know, you'll see Raph, he's becoming a vigilante. Mikey kind of gets left behind as he's like the Taurus in the group.
Okay.
He's supposed to be home, be comfortable,
Yeah.
play video games, let's have fun.
He's still a kid.
And it's kind of a downtime for the moment for them. Like, you know, Shredder's just been defeated to that, as far as they know. And so he's skating through the sewers, lamenting being lonely, and he comes across 4 baby frogs, like 4 actual frogs. And they have these weird little lab bracelets on, and he doesn't know why. So he just puts them in a little tank in the sewer, and you know, is talking to them, like trying to create like companionship with them. But he's still irresponsible. He's still the kid brother, the goof. And one thing leads to another. They escape and get into Donnie's lab. The ooze spills on them. And he, you know,
a good story.
starts to take care of them like his little kid brothers, giving them little Hawaiian shirts that he thinks are cool.
Oh my
and
God.
we basically have
recognize
the
the
Mondoverse
frog?
version of Genghis Frog and Napoleon
I
Bonaparte.
love it. I love it. Oh
Yes.
man, I love the story that you're telling. that,
Absolutely.
Like, to make them exist in that world. That is so cool.
And the artwork we're doing for it is so amazing. It's by Aaron Conley, who did our posters back here. There's little panels in there where they're riding the Magellan and stuff like that. You know,
interacting.
Yeah, they're all interacting with Donnie's little mousers and stuff. And
I'm
that's
gonna stop the video there because this is something cool I like about Mondo. They are giving when you buy Michelangelo, you're getting the 2 frogs, you're getting the skateboard, you're getting the extra heads, you're getting all this extra stuff with one character. Yeah, I think these stores are like $129 a piece, but you're not just getting these action figures, you're getting accessories that are even more than just accessories. I mean, you get, like Michelangelo gets these 2, frogs, and Genghis. We know all their, frog mutants, and this is really cool. I
real quick, we have Raph, and so like Peter was alluding to, Raph sort of has always been the odd one out. He's always kind of been going out and doing his thing, and he, in our story, had been helping Casey Jones do some, being a vigilante. And in our story, Casey gets injured.
Okay.
And he stops. He's down on he just doesn't feel like going out there anymore because of his injury.
Sure.
Raph feels like he needs to keep up take up the mantle and still protect the streets, protect the, Central Park, protect
Intimidating. It
Yeah.
intimidates the thugs.
protect the alleyways, the opposite of what Leo is doing.
Sure.
And so he takes up the Casey mantle, and so right down here we have his, like, he took Casey's mask and sort of retrofitted it.
Shattered, you can see, and he had to put it back together.
Yeah, and so he built this armor for himself because none of the turtles know he's doing this out of just like tire tracks and stuff from a junkyard, and he's going out there and just being a thug, doing stuff like that.
So yeah, it's amazing because he's going to come with a soft goods trench coat with a hood that he attached to it from, so it's an augmented version of the films.
Okay.
And so with that, with the mask and with the armor, in our mind, he's kind of unrecognizable.
Yeah.
And he's just like this mythic version of Casey out there.
Wow.
The thugs thought they took Casey out, but Casey doesn't die, right? That's the idea. And so he's out there as a bruiser, but you can see he's a lot less techie with what his weapons look like, because again, he hasn't told the other turtles what he's doing.
Yeah.
So Leo's got a teched out Odachi blade. Mikey's gonna have teched out nunchucks and all kinds of cool stuff. But Raph is gonna have very, very little in terms of armor because he didn't really confer with Donnie.
Yeah, we even did stuff
Gotcha.
like put a clothes hanger as part of his crossbow.
Oh wow!
I
didn't even notice until you pointed it
Yeah,
out.
with like darts. So this is like stuff that he just had or found in the junkyard, right? To like give himself some like advantages.
Yeah, we imagine like a montage scene where he's by himself in the just grabbing stuff, building it.
Yeah.
And we just love that it kind of has like a like a Mad Max vibe to the armor.
Yeah, we just wanted we wanted him to look like a tank, very intimidating. But again, like Donnie, all this stuff is removable. So you can have a classic looking Raphael. Yeah, you can remove all this stuff, even the leg armor, everything comes off to just have a sort of classic, as classic as you can get, considering that there are some areas, some things that can't be removed.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everything is removable.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, and so then now we got Shredder. Like I said at the beginning, like in this world, they've just defeated Shredder. They're kind of feeling good. They've noticed that like these robotic enemies are starting to show up. They can't understand what the deal is with that. And they have foot symbols on them. So like, what the heck?
Oh,
And so what has happened in the background is Shredder's floating in the Hudson River, you know, like at death's door practically. A portal opens to Dimension X, as we would imagine. A robotic claw comes out and lifts him up and pulls him into Dimension X. He finds himself in a Bacta tank of sorts, you know,
Wow.
the term, and a disembodied voice.
There you go. Rehabilitation tank. I like that. That's
Please don't sue.
Yeah.
And a disembodied voice is telling him basically like, hey man, stop giving cigarettes to kids and making an army out of like teenagers. And if you work with me, I will give you everything you need.
Give you your army.
Yeah, your army to dominate. And so Krang gives him this brand new armor set. This chromed out armor that starts to resemble what we remember from the comics and the cartoons.
Yeah.
And Shredder has, you know, his gi, and he brings in some of his armor from his, you know, historical collection and fashions his brand new look. So you're going to see the recognizable purples, the grays, the chromes, and then this beautiful sculpted work. Shout out the designs from the Kucherik brothers, as always, and Brandon Gash, working together to create this amazing look at what a 1/6 scale realistic take on Shredder would be if the movies would have continued. So then he also comes with his communicator, the Krang holographic projection.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and here, this is interesting because, you know, as Hector's been saying, there's been like references to a mutant clone Shredder in the comics and stuff. And so we want to figure, we wanted to include that, but we didn't want to just include it for the sake of including it. So we figured
Everything has a narrative behind it.
yeah, everything has a reason. So in ours, Krang is basically hedging his bets in case Shredder's like, screw you, I don't need your help or want to work with you.
Or dies.
Yes, or dies. And so he's been cloning Shredders.
Wow.
Yeah, unsuccessfully in this case, but basically saying, you can work with me or not, but I'm still going to get a Shredder.
I'm still going to get a Shredder out of it. So that's
amazing.
And just for fun, you know, and stuff like we have the classic Shredder head, you know, seen in the, you know, an homage to the original toy, to the cartoon.
I love it.
Like the Turtles, you can remove all the stuff on him to give him a classic sort of original 80s toy look.
Oh, we can have him shirtless?
Yes.
You can definitely take off his shirt, take off the cape, everything but the pants.
totally.
Calm down.
The pants cannot
Oh,
be
okay.
Everybody settle down.
All right,
Pants
everybody
stay
calm
on.
down. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're really proud of it, man. This is a whole team effort. Everybody at Mondo gets together, like to see this come together, throwing in ideas. Like I said, we can't say enough about Aaron Conley and Jason Bischoff, who've been working on the comics that come packaged with the figures. And we're going to reveal later today.
All right, we're going to stop there, and we're going to move on to the next part of the Mondo booth. All right, so now we're at the second part of the Ninja Turtles. This is April O'Neil and Splinter Fubies, something like that. I remember. They're just, you know, statues.
Final line, we have Splinter and April O'Neil 2-pack.
That's incredible.
Designed by Alex Brewer and sculpted for fun on his spare time. And we're like,
Yes, we'll be in a meeting talking about something else, and Alex will be like, hey guys, if you got a second, I got something else. And then he just shows us this insane take on these stylized figures for our soft vinyl line.
yeah.
Dude.
We're like, dude, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Look at the camera with the eyeball.
I know, dude.
Oh my God.
We just think
so good.
he designed like, you know, Alex Brewer is the king of
Yes, that's
female
what I mean.
designs where they feel
I'm not gonna
beautiful
play
and
off
powerful
all this
and cool.
and
He really captured an awesome
April
take
O'Neil
on
and Splinter's a
April
double
O'Neil
pack,
here,
and then you got
as well
Leatherhead
as
that's a
Splinter,
single
really kind of
pack.
harking back to
And I
that
think it's
Playmate
awesome.
Splinter, especially.
Again,
He
Mondo,
comes
for
with
me
like a little
personally,
soft
is
goods
a little
gi,
expensive. I mean,
our kimono that he wears, and his
It's
staff,
over my
which is
price
really, really great.
My price budget.
And then over here, with
But
Leatherhead
they're
on display for
fantastic,
the first
and
time. We're really
Roger has
stoked on
killed
this one.
me
We
and
actually
long
worked with
enough
a
for the
first
next
time
announcement I'm sharing with
Mondo
you.
collaborator named Tom Kizivat.
So on the screen, as you see, they're talking about Power Rangers. So let's listen to what they had to say.
On the playground, right here. I know you guys sponsored them as well, and here's who our first Power Ranger is going to be. Yeah, of course. Of course.
What can you say about this? You got, it's been a long time coming for us. I've been wanting to work on Power Rangers for so long. Similar to what we've done with Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe. This is going to be Mondoverse Power Rangers. So our interpretation of what these would have looked like in live action from the original Mighty Morphin series. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. This comes with so much stuff that we're not even showing you, but it's going to be awesome. And I feel like our whole line plan is us just asking to get to work on movies. So if you ever have anybody that you know who works in the movie studio, you want Mondo to design your stuff, we shameless plug.
That's a great call. I like that he has his collar popped on the far right there. Okay. You know, sometimes you try to joke and you just fail miserably. So next
What's up, guys?
Who earned?
All right, so Green Rangers from Mondo. I don't know what to say. Like I said, they're killing me because you know me and the Green Ranger, White Ranger, JDF. Yeah, it's fantastic. And because what they said that they're doing the whole Mondoverse versions of these Power Rangers, meaning that after they do the Green Ranger, they're going to probably do all the rest of the team in their style. And like you've seen with the Ninja Turtles, after they do their own version of the Ninja Turtles with all those extra accessories and stuff, who knows what they're going to do with the Rangers. So yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm pretty sure this is the concept of after the 90s show ended, what would happen if the powers never disintegrated or had to be changed over to Zeo powers. And as we know later on, that powers can be recreated again when Once and For Always came along. So I guess this makes sense. Let's continue on. All right, so this is the this is the Hasbro breakfast thing, and again, Pixel Dan talking about the Legend of Zelda's Tears of the Kingdom action figures coming out very soon by Hasbro. So let's take a look.
Guys, we're so excited to share the Heroes of Hyrule collection from Hasbro about the Legend of Zelda. And we're launching this line with these Tears of the Kingdom characters. We have Link, Ganondorf, a deluxe character, and Princess Zelda. These are going to be so incredible to partner with Nintendo on, and we've really brought the details. Here on Princess Zelda, you can see all of that pattern work on her Zonai gown there. She's also holding the decayed Master Sword. She's got to restore that somehow. She's got to get that back in the hands.
Stop here, because like today I went to Walmart and they did have the Jedi Toys version of this, and so far what I've seen, they look just as good. Now I know Hasbro's going to have a whole lot more articulation. They're going to be bigger, and I'm excited for these. I'm a big fan of Zelda, as you guys know. So I wanted to, show this off a little bit more and give you my opinion on the Hasbro version. So let's keep listening.
Hero. Over here at Deluxe Ganondorf, honestly, the highlight is all of this intricate pattern work on that interior of his robe.
Oh, yeah.
That was an intricate tempo process of paint. This one is so fun. He's got all of those new details. We're bringing those butterfly joints, those upper and lower neck joints, and some interesting ones just for him, such as his posing ponytail. You know what? You got to get that out of the way. And in addition to the double-sleeved robe elbow, this articulated end too.
Oh, wow. The sleeve articulated.
Yeah, that's
okay.
going to let him hold the sheath or the sword and not
Yeah.
He also has an independent double knee joint. So he's definitely our most deluxe, coming at you, such an imposing villain.
Yeah.
And over here, our hero.
Like I said, they went all
So he has such cool pattern work across him, from these white patterns on his tunic to all of that amazing detail on his Zonai arm to this print on the back of his soft goods cape. So he's got a super awesome amount of detail in that character design. And check out the Hylian shield with its gold Triforce and its red loft wing. Absolutely the hero for the adventure.
Beautiful. Yeah, so this is exciting for me because I'm a longtime Zelda fan.
Oh, me too.
Love all the games.
I'm so glad to hear.
I've been wanting to get like a proper toy line for this brand.
Has
for
your
a long
shelf
time,
been
right?
crying out
Yes.
empty of these toys? Because mine has.
absolutely.
Mine has.
So
I will say this. they chose all three main characters to start with. Are they going to add, the Guardians? Are they going to add the other enemies to it later on? Most likely. Why not? It's Hasbro. And Hasbro knows if you start a Zelda collection, you're going to have to do one or two things. One, add all the enemies to that line, or move on to a different Zelda game. And we all know as Zelda fans will want to collect not just the main characters, but the offshoot characters like Impa, the Guardians, the Bakura, the, um, the can't even I lost names now, but yeah, all of it. And we probably would want like a Majora's Mask. We probably want some accessories that can go along on top of them, even if you had to get a different box of accessories somehow, like NECA does sometimes with the Ninja Turtle stuff. Anyways, let's continue.
These toys, because mine has.
So I know we're real early here and this is the first wave, but like, can you give us a hint? Like, are you gonna dive into other games with these figures?
So yeah, that is the Zelda characters that are coming out by Hasbro very soon. I do want to show you some He-Man stuff because I like He-Man, and there's some new upcoming He-Man stuff that I kind of want to check out in person. And let's take a look.
And then we have Chronicles over here. All right, so now
I'm not gonna actually have the
I'm
sound on
seeing
this
some
thing.
stuff. Let's just go down the line. First of all,
1 second to mute it.
there's our Chronicles Goat Man.
So they're starting off with the Chronicles, and if you don't remember, I did do a video on He-Man's 4-pack on the Amazon exclusive one, and then I had Goat Man too. Now I love the Chronicles line. I think they look fantastic, but we're not going to stick with the Chronicles line. I just want to show you that they do have Goat Man coming out, and if I had the money, I would collect all the Chronicles. But I like actually the 5.5 scale as well. I think they look just as good. Anyways, let's move on to some of the other Chronicle stuff that he shows in a second. So let's jump forward in time. All right, so these are the newer day Chronicles. Tila there with the armor, like Man at Arms armor that's supposed to be her father. I like that Tila. That's one I do want to get actually. As you see, it's armored Tila. Yeah, these Chronicles look fantastic. I would spend a good amount of money on just the Tila alone. I just love the differences. Not just that it's a standard Tila. It's not just a standard He-Man. They did something cool with them. They upped the ante, just like with the He-Man that they're going to show. They upped the ante on that. The bikes are part of the Chronicle line, or the vehicles. It's just mind-blowing amazing to me. I think overall, when I first saw this at preview night, that what this video is about, Pixel Dan didn't know much about it, but he saw it and was just as happy as I was to see it. And they even have Panther. You remember Panther, the Skeletor battle cat, basically. They're bringing that out as a Chronicle line. Now, again, Chronicles is just the high-end version of the He-Man line. I mean, there's so many different He-Man lines. It just depends on your budget. And honestly, like I said, I like the 5.5 scale ones that I have from Amazon. I'll probably stick with that line until some of these other Chronicles come out that you can't get a 5.5 inch scale, and buy the ones that I want and call it a day. So basically, I like the new Tila, the new He-Man, even to know that the He-Man doesn't look like He-Man because he's in this armor with a different style power sword. Yeah, the power sword's a little bit different there. Panther is cool, but if I got a Panther, I would have to go get a Battle Cat. It's just what it is. And I would have to go get a standard He-Man and a standard Skeletor from the Chronicles line. So there's a lot that goes along with it. But I didn't have to get a standard Tila. I could get the armored Tila to be just a little bit different of a collector. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's He-Man in a nutshell. So there's a few other things I want to show you, but they're just going to be photos that we're going to talk about over top of it. All right, so there was one more Power Ranger thing I want to show you, but it's only a photo. And yeah, this photo is something you can actually go buy already on like Big Bad Toy Store. And these things are $2,000 to $3,000 when you collect them all. So they're nice statues. I'm not a big fan of statues alone. That's why I don't collect my Hero Academy stuff, because they're just basically statues. And I love the weapons they do, but this is a whole different company. They look fantastic. I love the look of them, but I can't spend $3,000 on $2,000 to $3,000 on a action figure that doesn't do anything but be a statue. So yeah, I mean, that's a big deal to me. I don't know if it's a big deal to you, or if you're a big fan of getting these statues or not, but I'd rather have articulated action figures I can pose, go back later on and repose them for my own liking for a different display look. You get the concept. And if I was somebody that had a lot of money that could just blow it on whatever, yeah, I'll probably buy a statue or two, especially that Megazord statue that's like 3-4 feet tall. lights up, has a nice base. That's a whole nother situation. I would never be able to afford that at the moment because I think that's about $3,000 too. But yeah, over the whole San Diego Comic Con, He-Man, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles was a very big deal on this Comic Con. There's a lot of other stuff like real Ghostbusters and stuff that I don't really get into because that's not my style of stuff. There's a lot of Super 7 stuff in news, like the continuing on with the Ninja Turtle line, even though they didn't say, Brian Flynn kind of hinted on it. And then the sad news is NECA's Ninja Turtles are going bye-bye. And so what we saw on the NECA booth is what we saw in Toy Fair, and the Toy Fair is pretty much that's what we're getting, and that's it. So NECA's Teenage Mutant Turtles is over with, unfortunately, and I know that's sad for some people. I was going to get into the NECA collecting. I did buy the original sketch NECA Turtles, the ones that from Kevin Eastman and Peter Lloyd drew before the comic books were ever made. Those are fantastic. I think NECA figures are great, but unfortunately they're going out. So if I find a 2012 Shredder in like a Ross or something later on, I'll probably pick that up. If I find even the Shredder from one of the movies from NECA, I'll probably pick it up as well. It's just overall, I'm kind of sad that NECA's losing the IP because I was about ready to go start collecting NECA Turtles, but knowing that they're just gone now, there's no point. Waiting for Mattel to announce their Ninja Turtle line, waiting to see what Brian does with the new Ninja Turtle stuff that they're doing. I know that San Diego Comic Con exclusive 4-pack of the glow in the dark Ninja Turtles Reaction Plus is $100, and I thought that was a waste of money. Honestly, I think the whole Reaction Plus Ninja Turtles look like no, it doesn't look so good. I mean, they're good if they're just in a box, but I think the Reaction Plus has some bad look to them, in my own opinion. But I honestly I think Super 7. This just stays between you and my community, between me and the community. Super 7 is on its way out. Ninja Turtles, I don't think it's making very much money right now. Wave 3 of the 2012 is supposed to be still up and in the air. I mean, what I mean by that is that I haven't heard any actual releases for it. Last time I heard a release was not too long ago, and I think they're actually on wave 4. I think it's coming out. I think they have one more wave because I know they started off with the Turtles, and then they had Shredder and Splinter, and I think there was one Casey Jones. I think Casey Jones is in that one too. And then I know there's Han, Raphael on the bike, April O'Neil. And I know there's supposed to be another wave according to Brian, but I think Super 7's going to probably quit Ninja Turtles soon. I think Super 7's gone bye-bye. I'm sorry, guys. I know I started this channel with Super 7 Power Rangers, and then they broke my heart when they stopped making Power Rangers from Super 7 because anyways, that's a sad moment for me and a sad moment for some people that collected the monsters at least. So anyway, San Diego Comic Con had a lot to offer, showed a lot. They had really good, panels. They had good, movie trailers. They had cosplayers there, of course, and just a whole lot of information that you can find all over the place. Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And also, if you have the moment in time to hit that hype button, please do. It helps the algorithm give this video and every other video out to more people to watch these videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on my next video. Peace. Oh, by the way, you might like this one.